Welcome back. With the Nifty 50 currently at 79.49 and not doing very much, we're going to go straight across to Bhaskar Pramanik, Chairman at Microsoft India. Thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit. Good to have you on the channel.
No, it's my pleasure.
Okay, let's talk about your new launch, Lumia 950. Why do you think this product is going to work in the Indian market, especially when you have pretty aggressive competitors like Apple and Samsung?
No, that's a great question, and I just wanted to, sort of give you a little background and how it fits into our overall strategy. So, as a company, we believe our mission is to empower every individual and every organization to be able to achieve more. And to be able to achieve that, we actually have three major ambitions. Number one is to enhance the use of productivity. Number two is to build the intelligent crowd. And third is to look at different ways of enhancing personal computing. And I think the launch today is part of that third ambition in terms of how we're going to enhance personal computing. If you look at today, we live in a world which is what we define as mobile first and cloud first. But especially in India, China, and other parts of Africa, it is actually a mobile-only world where you start and complete a transaction, whether it's for personal use or whether it is for work, on the phone itself. You bypass any other kind of device. But you still need the cloud to provide you those services. And that really is the strategy which we have adopted here in India. We've set up 3 cloud data centers here in India. We announced that about a month back, 6 weeks back. We've announced a variety of different kinds of devices. We launched Windows 10. And Windows 10 is the only operating system which actually runs across a multiplicity of different kinds of devices and form factors, all the way to a wearable like the band, to two-in-ones, to traditional PCs, to the large screen, to phones, and also to devices which have no screens, which is what the future of the Internet of Things is all about. And therefore, Windows actually provides and runs on all of these devices and providing a common user experience to all. So if you think about the 950, it's not just another Lumia device, but it is the first set of devices in a category which I would consider as unique, because it is like having a PC in your pocket. So there is nothing which Samsung, there is nothing which Apple has which is anywhere close to this. It is the only device which you can use like a phone, and then you can connect it to any available screen, not necessarily something which you own, and you can actually run it like it was a full-fledged PC.
Well, we got a sense of the uniqueness of the proposition coming from the Lumia 950. But again, just zero down to what the target segment is going to be and what the market size is looking like in this target segment.
So let me talk about the target segment, because I think my belief about India is that there's nothing called a predefined market. I think the overall, if you take the category of phones, it's huge. And then you can start segmenting it any way you want. I'd like to believe that we are trying to create and make a market in India, because that's where the distinction is going to come. Mobile phones has become like a commodity. Now very clearly segments are going to start appearing, just as it happened in the PC market, as it happened in the tablet market. And those who can provide unique value proposition and provide those kinds of experiences is what is going to make the difference. And again, I want to highlight that, and I want to give you an example. Today, for example, part of Windows 10 is Cortana. Cortana is your personal assistant, but that personal assistant moves with you across all your different devices. So if I'm using the phone and I ask it to make an appointment, when I go to the office and I sit on my laptop, it understands the context and where I am, and it actually will then get triggered. So it doesn't matter, what device I use. Cortana is always with me as my personal assistant. I'm not sure anybody else can offer that kind of capability. So to me, that's the important thing, is the mobility of the experience. So that really is the uniqueness. Now, what are the scenarios where we would see this come up? And very clearly, enterprise, it is something which anybody who is constantly mobile needs. If you are, a construction supervisor, if you are an architect going to a client's office, just imagine the ability to just carry your phone and then connect, and then you can make all your presentations just using your phone, connecting to any device. And you can do this either through the, the wire, the device which we are providing, or you can do it wireless using things like Miracast. So therefore, there's a huge opportunity there. Think about doctors or professionals. Most doctors, for example, they will have their own private practice, but they will also go to an hospital. Wherever they are, they have a screen in front of them, but they also have another PC. Now, just imagine connecting your phone, and all of a sudden you get all the experiences, onto that your screen. So I can think of many such. So whether it is professionals, whether it is enterprise, or senior people within large organizations, that's where we really see the market, because all of a sudden it's just one device which you need, and then you can share that across many different situations. So that's really where the market which we are trying to address.
Fair enough. What next as far as the Indian market is concerned post Windows 10?
So I've already identified with you our three major ambitions. The first was about personal computing and how Lumia plays a role in that. The second was about building the intelligent cloud. We built 3 data centers in India, hyperscale, hyper flexible, and extremely secure, and providing the highest levels of privacy as far as data is concerned. And the first one was about reinventing productivity. So I think those are our 3 aspirations, and each one of those aspirations are very clearly focused on what's happening here in the Indian market. So whether it's in the consumer side or whether it is in the enterprise or commercial side. So we have very ambitious plan. We made huge investments recently with our cloud data centers. So the Nokia acquisition is another great example where we are focusing now on the consumer market in a much, much bigger way, not just with the phones, but also with our other products, including the Xbox One and the new devices. We've announced that we will be launching Surface Pro 4 in India in January. So I think, expect to hear a lot more about what we're doing, how we're investing in the market, not just to sell more products, but also how we're investing also from a social perspective. We are investing in setting up these Wi-Fi pilots to provide for last mile access. We are also working with trying to strengthen our cybersecurity capabilities in this country. So there's a lot of things which we're doing, and it's not just about how do we cater to the existing market. It's about creating new markets with devices, creating new markets with our software and application, the uniqueness which we bring to the table, and it's also having impact also in the social sector.
Bhaskar Pramanik, thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit. It's indeed a pleasure. And with that, it's a wrap on the show, but it's the last hour of trade, and perhaps it will deliver more action than the last hour and a half. The 2:30 factor with Pankaj Poddar, unmissable.